Hey Sagittarius, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot, and we're coming at you guys with your mid-July 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, we're going to jump on into today's video, and let's see what we got going on. We're going to check out here a couple of your overall energies, and then I'll proceed with the rest of the tarot reading for you, okay? So what do we got going on here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus coming up throughout their mid-July 2022. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-July 2022? Having a look here at the first card out, we do got here the Two of Swords. Having to make some sort of decision, all right? Couldn't represent indecisiveness for a few of you. You might feel like right now you're not sure what the best move is to do, what the right choice is to do. You're kind of at a little bit of a standstill. Moving on to the next card that we have, we also got here the Prince of Cups, which is going to be the Knight of Cups. So you have to take action, you know this. So despite the fact of feeling indecisive, I'm getting to that point where there's something that I have to do. Moving on to the next two cards, we also have here the World card, and we have here the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for a new path, it's time for a new destination, it's time to go ahead and embrace something new. So you've definitely hit a standstill with something in your life, a point of stagnancy with something in your life. You know, whether it be a personal relationship to you, romantic or not, whether it be your career, whether it be friendships, whether it be personal goals, something here has just been too slowed down and it's been too stagnant for you. And it's like, I now need to, sink or swim. Am I going to allow myself here to continue to sink? Or am I going to go off and swim and see what happens? I'm going to see where the tide kind of takes me. So I definitely feel like you're opening yourself up here to new cycles as you're allowing something to close out coming into your second half of July. Now let's go ahead and clarify. Let's get a little bit more information before we go further. I want to take a look here at the Two of Swords. Why is Sagittarius feeling so much indecision based upon what it is they're currently dealing with? Why do we got the Two of Swords showing up over here for Sagittarius? And that's going to be clarified by the Three of Swords. So there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain, I feel, when it comes towards being so undecided. I think that it's definitely burdening you and bothering you because you feel like there's so much time being wasted in your life currently. It's definitely very draining too, for sure. It's like the biggest thing here, right? You have the Two of Swords, but that third sword in the middle, that's the one that's piercing through you. And if we look at that third sword for a second, we can almost represent that third sword as the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is that moment of clarity, that realization of like, man, being stuck here, being stagnant, it's not helping me, but instead it's making everything so much worse. So there is that level of pain of not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go. And I definitely see you guys reaching your breaking point and being incredibly fed up with it. Let's go ahead and clarify the Knight of Cups. Why do we have the Knight of Cups here? And that's going to be clarified by the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's kind of like I got to just go with the flow right now and see what else life has to offer. You're not sure what destination to take, Sagittarius. You're not sure what route to go, but it's like anything right now is better than being stuck. Anything right now is better than this stagnancy. So with the Seven of Cups showing up in this situation for you, it's kind of like, hey, universe, whatever's supposed to come my way, whatever's supposed to come next, just go ahead and send it. You got here the Page of Swords. Page of Swords here says, I'm interested in a couple of things. I have my eyes on a couple of other things I'd like to do, but ultimately, I feel like you're rather open to options and opportunities going forward. And of course, with the Wheel of Fortune and the World card showing up, let's go ahead and get one more clarifier. And clarifying both of these cards, what do we have? And we have here the Ace of Pentacles. I just want a new opportunity in life. I want something new, and I want something fresh. So Sagittarius, for those of you guys that are dealing with situations with people, maybe you're just interested in getting to know new people. Maybe you're interested in getting to explore new options in your career world. Maybe you're interested in trying out new goals and trying out new dreams. And, at the end of the day, it's kind of just like, hey, I don't really know what I'm dealing with in life right now. I don't really know where I want my life to go, but I want to have new experiences and kind of see what happens. So you're pretty much in that energy of a flow state, all right? So I definitely feel the ebb and flow of things happening here for you moving into the second half of July. I don't want to be stagnant anymore, so I'd rather be in the ebb and flow than do nothing at all. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on around you, though. What's going to be going on in the surroundings here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-July 2022. First card out, we do got here the Moon card. So, Moon card, very emotional type of card. You may feel like you've been carrying lots of weight on your shoulders recently. You might feel like there's just been a lot happening, and there's been so much happening that it's been affecting you emotionally, right? So you already are dealing with this main issue of feeling stuck in life, not knowing where to go, whether you've been feeling stuck in your relationship, stuck in your career, so on and so forth. You've already had this main issue that's been really hard to deal with, but this also has been like a combination of other things. Maybe there's just been a lot of other emotional events that have been occurring in your life. Maybe you've been having issues with family or issues with friends or issues in general, and it's just been an overall kind of rough time. And it's been hard to catch a break is what I'm hearing for you. And I'm sorry for those of you guys that are dealing with that. It's not fun when you're in this type of energy, and I know that for sure from firsthand experiences, but we're going to figure out a way here to pull you out of this, okay? So the Moon card, it's just a lot emotionally, okay? Moving on to the next card, Seven of Wands. It feels pretty discouraging too. You know, when you're not feeling great emotionally, it's very hard to stay motivated to just succeed in life. It feels incredibly hard to stay motivated to tackle day-to-day events. It feels very hard to be motivated to just do anything to get yourself into a better place, because it's like, I already have a lot of crazy, intense, emotional shit piling on top of me. How the heck am I going to get out of this when it feels like it's a never-ending cycle? I understand for sure. Moving on forward from that, though, we do have here the Fool card. Now, this is good news, because the Fool card, that's the energy of releasing it all. You know, it's the energy of saying, okay, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see better days ahead. What I have to do right now is I have to be willing to drop all of this. So that means that a change has to be implemented here coming into the second half of July. So taking a look here into your surroundings, you know, you're taking a look. You're like, I'm surrounded right now by a lot of emotional shit, but I'm also surrounded right now by the opportunity of letting go of a lot of things right now that I don't need to be carrying on my back. So I definitely feel like this is about you cutting off some dead weight. If there are certain things that you feel like you don't need to bear anymore, you're not going to be bearing those burdens, okay? And now we're going to go ahead and grab one more final card for your surroundings, and that card is going to be the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really taking a look here this month at all the stuff that you have been holding on to, all the things that have been accumulating and have just been incredibly hard to let go of. You know, if you've been holding on to a lot of sadness this month, you're looking at, what can I release? What can I allow myself to work through and let go of? If you've been holding on to a lot of burdens, if you've been holding on to lots of regret, if you've been holding on to anything at this time, you're looking at, what is it that I could release? What is it that I could work through? What is it that can get me into a better place mentally and spiritually? So you're really, really taking a look here within. And I definitely feel like as you have this moment of looking inward, you're going to be finding everything that you can do. You'll be figuring out the solutions here that are going to best benefit you and suit you in the second half of July. It's going to be a pretty analytical month ahead, is what I'm sensing, guys, because when we get stuck in life and when we feel like piles of problems just keep on piling up and there's no way out of it and there's no escape, we're going to get backed into a corner where we have to make a choice. It's like, am I going to sink in all of these emotions, all these problems? Am I going to stay put here in this vibe? Or am I going to fight? Am I going to swim? Am I going to say, fuck sinking, it's time to fight, it's time to start cutting off the dead weight, it's time to start cutting out things that does not serve me, and I got to start working towards a better direction for myself. So I definitely feel like a lot of you guys here are swimming. I don't think you're sinking this month. I definitely feel like with that Fool card and that Four of Pentacles, it's like, all right, what do we got to work on? What do we got to release? What do we got to let go of in order for me to continue to thrive? So you guys are going to get backed into that corner, and you're going to make that decision here of saying, fuck it, I will not sink, I will swim. Love it. All right. Love that for you. So we're going to go ahead and check in right now on how you're feeling personally now, moving throughout the rest of your mid-July 2022. Tell me how my Sagittarians are going to be feeling personally, please, moving throughout the second half of July. We got here the Four of Swords. We got here the Two of Cups. And we got here the Ten of Pentacles. Cool. So you're recognizing that you've been feeling quite detached from yourself. You got here the Four of Swords. You got here the Two of Cups. So how you've been feeling personally, you've been feeling pretty detached. And with this recognition, I think that it's going to start to tap you back in to truly connecting with yourself. It always takes a moment of realization before the action can come. So Sagittarius, as you start to realize how detached you've been from you and what you want and what makes you happy, you're starting to completely reshape your routines. You're starting to completely reshape what you do on a daily basis, what you give your energy to, what you give your attention to. You know, it's the recognition of like, all right, my mind and my energy and my vibrations have been tied up in so many of these emotional problems for so long that what needs to change is where I'm focusing my energy. So, 10 of Pentacles over here. You're going to have a pretty big change in mindset. You're going to also have a pretty big change in how you're feeling because you're going to start to focus on the good stuff. You're going to start to focus on what's positive. You're going to start to feed your brain with good energy and good things and positive people. It's like, I'm going to make sure right now that I'm done focusing on strictly problems, but I'm very much so focusing on solutions. And I want to make sure that what I'm surrounding myself with are things that are going to be powerful, that uplift me, and that are serving me in my highest of good. You know, you're getting ready here to swim, man. No longer are you in that energy where you're allowing yourself to sink. You're ready here to make that full-blown transformation. I have felt stuck in my life for far too long, and I have let that continue to happen for far too long. Now's the time where I got to go with the flow. Like, universe, whatever is next for me, whatever is meant for me, send it my way. I'm ready here, and I'm going to do everything that I can to be in a position to receive, and I'm going to do everything that I can to continue to keep fighting, because I don't want to sink at this time. So I'm going to focus up my energy on the good stuff. I like that for you, man. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, let's go ahead and have a look here and see what Sagittarius can expect going forward, please, throughout the rest of their mid-July 2022. What else can Sagittarius here expect throughout the rest of their month? And what do we have? We have here the Ace of Wands. Love it for you, man. New beginnings for sure. I feel like the new path you're going to end up on, guys, is definitely going to be one that lights the sky for you. It's going to be one of those paths that you're very passionate about. I think you're going to be pretty excited for what's coming next. You're about to really embark upon a journey you never expected is what I'm hearing for you too. So Sag, for those of you that have felt stuck in life, you're about to feel like you're getting brought back to life because this seems like it's going to be a very rejuvenating experience. You're going to land on something wonderful. We also got here the Hermit card, and then moving on forward from that, we have here the Hangman, followed up with the Six of Cups. I love that. Stagnancy is going to be a thing of the past here for you, Sagittarius. The Hangman card, one of the most stagnant cards in the tarot deck, but also one of the most enlightened cards as well. You're recognizing that you can now leave all the stagnancy in the past, and that's exactly what's happening here for you in mid-July. You're going to be leaving all that stagnant energy in the past because you're in a position to where you do have that fresh start that you're looking forward to. We have here the Hermit card, we have here the Ace of Wands. So essentially what's going to happen, or what you can expect going forward, is that as you're in this flow state, something new is going to align to you. Now, whatever this is, it's going to be different for every Sagittarius that's watching, of course, but it does feel to me like it's something that's going to be serving you and something that you're very much so going to enjoy. So, for example, for Sagittarians right now that have felt very stuck in the relationship with a partner, you know, maybe a breakup happens, and you're probably going to meet somebody new who you actually really, really like and that you really connect with. For Sagittarians that are tired of their career, you might switch your career. You might try out something new. And then as you've tried out this new thing, you realize, oh shit, I actually really do like this thing right now. I like this kind of career. It's pretty cool. I can see myself having a future in this. You know, for those of you that are changing your goals, as you start to pursue these new goals, you're recognizing, hey, this pretty much works for me, you know? So the new path that you're going to step on is the one that I definitely feel is going to work out for you. And the reason being is because you could already see here, right? In that energy of stagnancy, your feelings towards something were changing. You know, there was something here in the past that used to be wonderful for you. Over time, it became something that you just didn't resonate with anymore, you know? You could see that that path was breaking apart from you. And you were holding on to it for as long as you could. You were holding on to that path because that's what you knew, that's what was familiar. But the universe was trying to show you the entire time, Sagittarius, if you break away from this path, there are new doors that are opening up for you. You may not see those doors yet, but if you let go, I'll open it for you and show you. And that's what's happening here now coming into the second half of July. As you've shed away your old path, you now start to see the new path opening up right in front of you. Remember, you know, you don't really know what direction you want to go in coming into the second half of July. You're kind of like, I'm going to go where life takes me. But sometimes that's all we need to do. Because the universe is one of those things that says, hey, if you go with the flow, I can direct you to where you need to go. And that's exactly what ends up happening here. So Sagittarius, so long as you let go, so long as you focus on cleansing away all of these emotional burdens that you guys have had, as long as you guys continue to fight and say, I'm not going to sink, I'm going to motherfucking swim. And the more that you decide to say, universe, take me to where I need to go, and you continue to go with the flow of life, you continue to have new experiences and see what happens, you're going to land towards the path that sticks and that genuinely works out for you. All right? You're looking at a wonderful new beginning here. And I love it for you, man. All right, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. Have a wonderful and amazing rest of your July. Subscribe here if you're new. And I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.